Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. Sir, Deputy Chairman, sir, I am in your hand, sir. If I speak about the appropriations during UPA regime, they'll pounce on me. If I talk about the appropriations of current, then they'll pounce on me.
So you're in the hands of House, not me.
You will have to protect me, sir.
Please.
They're all here backing you.
Sir, first of all, I need to address the issues that have been raised by the former Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram. And my observations are the issues, or the points what I am raising may be construed or treated as supplement to the reply to the Honorable Present Finance Minister, Madam. Sir, former Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram has raised 6 issues, and out of 6 issues, 3 are not pertaining to appropriation, so hence they need not be answered. Sir, the other 3 issues, Mr. Chidambaram was curious to know how much of 11.1% nominal GDP growth is on account of inflation and how much is on account of real growth. Sir, perhaps my answer to that, perhaps Mr. Chidambaram is the best judge to talk about the inflation, given that during his tenure, during the tenure of UPA, as a finance minister, inflation reached all-time high of 19.93% in November 2013. So Mr. Chidambaram should have kept in mind before raising this issue, sir. Sir, I would like to bring certain facts to this House.
Please, let him speak.
Don't disturb me,
Please.
don't disturb me.
No, sir.
Sir, UPA 1, the inflation is 5.8%. UPA 2, double digit, 10.4%. And current government, it is 4.7%. All-time low inflation of the existing current government, sir. Sir, then coming to corporate tax. Coming to corporate tax, which Mr. Chidambaram has raised. Sir, Mr. Chidambaram spoke about the declining share of corporate tax in the total pool of tax revenue.
Manoj, it's not nice. Please,
I am in your hands, sir. You have to protect me.
No.
I have already brought it to your notice. They have no right to speak. I am talking about the appropriation bill. Sir, Chidambaram spoke about the declining share of corporate taxes
in
total
let him speak. Please.
total pool of tax revenue.
आप सब मेरी बात सुने तो चलने दें उनके बहस को अर्चित. Please.
Sir, Mr. Chidambaram has misled this House by quoting figures from the pandemic year, that is Corona, when corporate tax was purposely lowered by Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji to provide relief to the COVID patients, 2019. That is not the year which should be compared with the current year by Mr. Chidambaram. Sir, instead, Mr. Chidambaram quoted the data of pandemic years 2018-19 and 2019-20 when the corporate collections was all-time high, 32% during their period. Sir, Mr. Chidambaram should have kept in mind. Sir, for the third point, sir, doubling of GDP. Sir, Mr. Chidambaram is questioning why India's GDP has not doubled in the last 10 years. This is the third issue what he has raised. Sir, by comparing on the global scale, will show in 2014, when he has stepped down as finance minister, in 2014, when his government left, or his government was thrown out, the GDP was 10th highest in the world. 10th highest in the world. When he has stepped down as a finance minister, after 9 years of the current government, non-Congress government, I am putting it in this way, India's GDP is now 5th highest. So Mr. Chidambaram should know these facts. Sir, I strongly believe India's GDP has truly doubled on the global scale. So all three issues I have addressed, and there is a there is a reason for answering for this question.
Please, let him speak. Please. Please.
Sir, coming to the present appropriations. Sir, sanctity of the, now I'm little critical on
Please.
NDA side, and you will have to protect me if they answer. Sir, Article 115 of the Constitution allows the center for incur additional expenditure when the budgeted amount is found to be insufficient. They have every right to ask for the supplementary demands and appropriations. Sir, and it is Madam FM has stated that supplementary expenditure is needed to respond to the situations that are developing on the ground. Sir, the situations that are developing on the ground are not new. They are there even when the original budget was presented. In fact, sir, these situations prevailed at the time of the budget also. That's what I am trying to say. Sir, I myself, during the budget speech, raised these issues, and more particularly that three allocations, that is food, fuel, and fertilizers. They are not new. They were there. The situations were prevailing at that point of time. Now, fertilizers in March 2022, I requested the government, Honorable Finance Minister, to raise the fertilizer subsidy, which the government did not act upon. And secondly, sir, Narega. And I made representation to the Rural Development Minister, which has gone unheeded. And it has taken 9 months for the government to act on that. Sir, fuel. In 2022, I have requested the government, in my own speech, that the government to reduce the taxes on fuel, but nothing has happened. Now government is realizing. Sir, the center, these supplementary grants make it very clear that the center has not acted promptly, and it could have acted at the time of budget itself, sir. Sir, supplementary grants should be treated as an exception to the exception and not the rule. So when they have thought of, when they were aware that these situations were prevailing even at that point of time, these supplementary demands at this point of time could have been included in the original budget itself, sir. Sir, the next issue is financial problems that are being faced by Andhra Pradesh government. I'll have to squarely blame UPA for this. And it is Mr. Chidambaram who has drafted the bill, AP Reorganization Act. And they have passed the bill amid din. And they have closed the doors of Lok Sabha and then passed the bill. And who is responsible for that? It is Mr. Chidambaram and with his leader, Madam. And everybody, all are aware that for the present miseries of Andhra Pradesh, truncated Andhra Pradesh, that is divided Andhra Pradesh, the objective of Mr. Chidambaram is totally different. He has a different motive for that. I'm not trying to raise that issue because that is not part of appropriation. And my only concern is, center is ending the GST compensation. I'm coming to Andhra specific problems. Center is ending the GST compensation for the states. On the other hand, Andhra Pradesh is facing financial difficulties due to inflation at the center. Inaction of the center. Sir, bifurcation issues. Firstly, center has failed to resolve the pending bifurcation issues under the AP reorganization. They have the financial bearing. They have the economic bearing. That's why I'm raising this issue, sir. Center has miserably failed because there are umpteen number of issues that have left unaddressed by the center, and I request the Honorable Finance Minister to address those bifurcation issues. Sir, Andhra Pradesh has been fighting for years to get fair, equitable, and expeditious division of assets of the composite state of Andhra Pradesh. That is not happening. Center is not intervening. What is the result? The result is that we have Andhra Pradesh state government has no other option but to approach the Supreme Court of India and by filing the special leave petition. Sir, this is the pathetic situation of inaction of the central government. Sir, Polavaram. Honorable Minister for Irrigation is not there, sir. Sir, but the implementation of Polavaram irrigation project has been very, very flawed. Very, very flawed. Who is responsible? Again, this is UPA government. Sir, center has allocated funds at 2010 and 11. The rates which they have given, finalized the Polavaram project with the rates of 2010 and 11 for the project that is implemented in 2022. Which contractor will do it, sir? Will any contractor would like to incur the loss on the project? No. No state government can implement it. And center also can't implement it. Sir, this is like expecting a petrol at 50 rupees now when the petrol price is prevailing at 100 rupees plus, sir. Now, can we get the petrol at 50 rupees? If that is the logic that is applied to this Polavaram project, how the central government can expect Polavaram project to be completed at 2010-11 prices, which is impossible. Sir, how can this crucial project be completed if the center keeps strangling, I'm using the word strangling the central state government by allocating for its nominal funds, insignificant funds at every stage. Sir, these are all the, instead of compensating Andhra Pradesh for financial issues, it faced the center is giving stepmotherly treatment towards the state of Andhra Pradesh, sir. I request the Honorable Finance Minister, Madam, to take note of these issues and give the people of Andhra Pradesh what they rightfully entitled and deserve, sir. Sir, the next point, sir. I have 5 more minutes, sir.
Yes, you have.
Sir, privatization of PSUs. It has a bearing because there are some internal resources. The 1 lakh and odd crores are being internally generated, and then Government of India is asking for the supplementary allocations. Center has allocated almost 25% of the supplementary grants to the tune of 1.09 lakh crore for fertilizer subsidy. Fine. Sir, of this, almost one fourth is generated towards the import of fertilizers, geared towards the import of fertilizers. This highlights the need for India to become Atmanirbhar for its fertilizer needs. My point is, sir, India should be self-sufficient in terms of agricultural and agriculture needs and using the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Yes. Sir, the center has been unable to meet the fertilizer production targets. It has set the target of producing 41.5 lakh tons of fertilizer, but it fell short by 15%. On the other hand, sir, my question to the Honorable Finance Minister is that when we have numerous fertilizer PSUs, which in the country that can take up the challenge, but instead the government, central government, plans to privatize as many as 8 fertilizer PSUs. I am questioning the government. When we talk about the Atmanirbhar Bharat on one side, on the other hand, when there are PSUs, Navaratnas, and producing and contributing to the growth of the nation, why do we want to privatize them? In fact, they are generating the profit. Last year, sir, all these, please do not disturb me. I am at the hands of the...
Please speak. Yes, sir.
These PSUs collectively made a net profit of 1,000 crores during the pandemic year, sir, 2020-21. When these PSUs are making profit, where is the need for privatize them? Sir, these 8 PSUs are Brahmaputra Valley Fertilizer Corporation, Fertilizers and Chemicals Travancore, Aravali Gypsum and Minerals, Madras Fertilizer Limited, and National Fertilizers Limited, Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers, Fertilizer Corporation of India, and Hindustan Fertilizer Corporation Limited. These are all the 8 PSUs which are profit-making and going to be privatized. My question to the Honorable Finance Minister, where is the need for privatization of this? Sir, then low per capita GDP. Sir, Madam has spoken, FM Madam has spoken about India's biggest fast-growing economy in the world. I appreciate, sir. Sir, we all, Madam has stated that we all surpassed our colonizers, that is UK, to become 5th largest economy in the world. This is definitely a great achievement. Sir, at the same time, what has to be kept in mind is India ranks 145th when it comes to per capita of GDP, as compared to UK at 22nd. Sir, this means that economic productivity of 1.4 billion Indians, Indians are 1.4 billion, sir, is almost equal to that of 67 million Britishers, sir. So it is not comparable. So 67 million Britishers can't be compared with that of 1.4 billion, sir. Sir, GDP percentage of growth, in terms of percentage of growth, it is 12% from 2017 to today, and per capita GDP is 7.6%, and we all appreciate it, but we need to take steps to further improve it, and we need to justify it also, sir. In fact, I request the Madam to respond to this August House as to what are all the plans of the central government, Ministry of Finance, to improve the economic productivity in the country, sir. Almost over. Sir, last point, vacancies. Sir, there are 40 lakh vacancies and are almost out of sanctioned strength of 40 lakhs, there are almost 10 lakh vacancies in the central government departments and ministries. Sir, this means 1 out of every 4 post is vacant. Sir, the 3 crucial employers in the country is Railways, Defence and Home Ministry. Alone account for 7 lakh vacancies. During the current year, only 1.5 lakh vacancies appointments have been made by the central government. Sir, I request the Honorable Finance Minister, Madam, that rural employment is declining, that it may be true. But what about the urban unemployment? Sir, which reached almost 9% of November 2022, sir. Sir, in conclusion, I would like to say that there is no doubt that Indian economy is resilient. We have survived the global recessions, and worldwide, with this, we support the supplementary demands and grants, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,